Hey guys, Jacqueline Crawford here. I just wanted to update this training that I've previously done, with the new people, and also basically taking into account the new, kind of marketing message the company is working with. Now, it's called the Buy Challenge funnel. Many of you will have seen this before, that if you've been involved in sales, and basically the bottom line of it is you really need to put a lot of people in the top of the funnel before you get either a customer or, in Vi's case, a new promoter or a rising star or someone who wants to get the product for free out the other end. And it really basically is a numbers game, and a lot of it really depends on how many people you put in at the top, and it also depends on your circle of influence. It depends on your skill level. It depends on your confidence, your posture. So a lot of it is dependent on yourself. But one thing, it doesn't matter whether you have to speak to 100 people to get one coming out at the bottom, or some people might only have to speak to 10 people to get one coming out at the bottom. But it doesn't matter. It's a numbers game. And basically, the funnel will also, it'll look the same shape as it is just now, if that makes sense. So I want to go on about exposing the challenge to people. How do we do this? Now, we can do it online and we can do it offline. Now, I want to just share with you basically my views. We know we go out, and for some people, they can just walk up to someone and say, I challenge you. And the person says, what do you challenge me to do? Oh, I challenge you to lose £10. And for some people, that feels comfortable for them. They're happy to do that. And, it fits into their personality type. But for other people, that makes them feel so uncomfortable. One thing I truly believe in Vi is you've got to do what makes you feel good about yourself. You've got to feel what you're happy doing. There's no point, we all want to step outside our comfort zone, but the difference is if you're doing something that doesn't fit well with you, that other person's going to see it. And people are looking at yourself. They're looking at you, and if you're enjoying what you're doing, it feels comfortable with you, they're more likely to engage with you. But if you're doing something that you're not happy with, that seems a bit false or fake to you, people are going to pick that up as well. So what I would say, and I'll do a completely separate training on this, but just find the words and the language that's going to feel better with yourself, for yourself. Now, I got a fantastic tip from via Aaron Dwyer, thanks Aaron, from Lara Zinnemann. And basically what Lara's been doing is she's just been approaching people, and it's a case of saying, have you been challenged yet? And of course the person says back, no, what are you talking about, challenged? And then basically she leads in with that, telling them, we want to challenge people to either, lose £10, get fit, get healthy, whatever it is. Now for me, I've adapted that. And what I'm going to say is when I'm speaking to someone or engaging with conversation with people, it's just basically saying, have you been challenged yet? And when they ask me, what are you talking about? It depends on where I am. I'll say, we're challenging maybe 1,000 people in Airdrie, the town I live, to get fit, improve their health, lose £10 of weight, or build £10 of muscle. Are you interested in any of those? And then basically that will obviously expose them. Online, same scenario, you just do different things. It's a case of you can just send a private message directly to people, depending on what type of personality they are, your relationship with them, and again, what you're feeling happy to do, what feels right for you. Some people, I'll just send them a private message and say, I challenge you, and they'll come back and they'll say to me, what are you talking about? Other people I'll come back to and say, are you up for a challenge? Or indeed what Lara said, have you been challenged yet? And engage in the conversation. So as soon as anyone comes back to you and expresses an interest, you're just basically saying to them, what, we're working with a company who wants to help fight obesity, and we're challenging people to lose £10 or build £10 of muscle or just get fit. And at that point, when they say, I'm interested in hearing more about that, we invite them to look at a tool. So we have various options. We can send them directly to your Vi website. If you're not yet a promoter and you don't have your own website, we can send them to results.vi.com. We can invite them, round to have a look at a challenge magazine. we can send them to the Vi line, or indeed, we can just basically get them to watch. I've been doing recently, just watch the whole overview at the yvi.co.uk. Now, as soon as you've got a time and interest that and a commitment from them that they're going to do this, what I would suggest you to do is let them, make an arrangement, make an appointment to call them back. So say, okay, when will you get a chance to look at the information? So if they say to you, I'll do it just now, or I'll do it tonight, whatever, say, okay, cool, I'll get back to you. After 15 minutes after they said they were going to look at it. Now, again, same scenario. A lot of times people have the best intentions. They may try to look at the tool. They may look at the website. They may not. But when you get back to them and you say, did you get a chance to look at the information? What did you like best about what you saw? And basically, they'll tell you what they like. I like the fact that you can lose weight, or you can build muscle, or I like the fact that you can make some money with it, or I can get the product for free. Whatever they come back and tell you they liked about the tool, it is your gauge to what's going to motivate them. And what you do, you lead with what motivates them. You don't lead with what motivates you. You lead with what motivates them, and then you take it to the next stage. Now, you invite them to a challenge party. That's if you're comfortable and happy and able to be doing challenge parties. Or you invite them to the online preview. Now, at that point, some people may have already sent them to the whole YVI overview video. And then at that point, if they've watched that, you basically invite them to speak to one of your upline support. So indeed, if somebody has watched the video, you come back and they say, I like the fact that, I can get BMW, or I like the fact I can get my product for free, or I like the fact that they can improve people's health. You would then turn around and say to them, okay, what I'll do is I'll arrange a call with one of the people working within the business, and they can give you more information, answer your questions. Now, if you explain to them that it's part of a process, because if we've got a third party involved in it, it means then that person is realising that they will also get support from other people, and also the fact that you don't need to know everything. So even when you're just brand new, you can maybe say to that person, say for example, it's John. John's watched the YVI.video and he's really quite keen, and he's starting to drill you with questions. At that point, you would say, listen, John, what we'll do is we'll put, one of the ladies I'm working with, it could be myself, it could be John, John Glennings, whoever you're going to invite on that third part as a third party, as the expert. You explain to them, look, we'll get someone else on the call. While I can answer your questions, basically the process is we get someone else on who can answer the questions for you. So if you decide that you want to do this, it gives you the confidence that you don't have to become an expert yourself. You just follow a system. And most people will understand that. So at that point, they basically are going to become three types of people. Now, some people, they're not even going to bother. They're not going to be interested in either. They're not just going to take action. They're going to watch the video, they watch the company challenge party, and not everyone who comes along to a challenge party is going to join the challenge or want to promote the challenge, and that's just part of the numbers game. So either way, basically people are going to, if people decide they want to move forward, they're either going to become a customer, they're going to want their kit for free, or they're going to want to help promote the challenge. Now, it stands to reason that more people are going to want to become a customer than want to get their kit for free. That's just the way it is. So again, same scenario, just let people become a customer. Don't pressurise them into getting their kit for free. But how you can, again, a part of it is down to the skill level, is what you can say to someone, would you like to get your kit for free? No, I'm quite happy just dip my toe into the water. And you're saying, absolutely fine. However, once they start getting success with it, it's a case of you say to them, do you know anyone else can benefit from this? Who do you know that, can be doing with losing £10 or putting £10 of muscle on, or indeed just who wants to feel better and healthier? And as long, again, it's the same scenario of, it's depending on what personality type that person is. Some people aren't motivated by getting their kit for free so they can save some money. Some people are more motivated by paying it forward. If they've lost weight, who else can they help? They could actually end up saving a life of somebody if they get them on the challenge, and that might motivate somebody. It might motivate somebody that it's more fun if they've got friends on the challenge with them. It makes it more exciting. Or indeed, it might motivate some people because it turns into a bit of a competition. If they've got someone else who's on the challenge with them, they challenge each other to see who does the best. So just be aware that, when you're asking your customers if they want their kit for free, bearing in mind that there's different triggers which is going to motivate different people. So you can see from this slide here that there'll be less people who want their kit for free than their customers. That's just the way it is. And thirdly, there'll be less people who want to promote the challenge than who want to get their kit for free. What I found is happening as well is when somebody becomes a customer, the first point is get them on the challenge, get them a good result, get them feeling that the product is going to work for them, and then from that they will develop into getting their kit for free. And once they've got their kit for free and they've got their own customers, and maybe their customers are starting to have customers, they then realise it makes more sense promoting the challenge. But one of the things I would say is just let people be where they're most comfortable being. I would rather much better have a happy customer than an unhappy promoter. So let people be where they're going to be. And the final point here is at the very bottom. Now, what I've done here is, it doesn't matter if somebody's a 1, a 2, or a 3 type person. There's goals that we really should be looking for each of those people. Now, your type 1 person who wants to become a customer, your next goal is to make sure they enter the Project 10 video and enter to win, and obviously work towards losing their first £10. Not only does that benefit them, but it also benefits yourself because you will get paid the Project 10 pools for that, which I got one today this week, and it was just under £30, so it's definitely worthwhile, making sure that they enter into the Project 10. Bear in mind, not everyone who becomes a customer will want to do this. Again, it's just part of the funnel. Now, the people who want to get the kit for free, they'll obviously, they'll get in the free for free pools, they'll achieve it, and you then get in the free for free pools, which again, will give you an extra income. And thirdly, the person that wants to become a promoter, the aim for them is to help them get to Rising Star. So it stands to reason that portion of people who actually achieve those goals are going to be less than the people who actually want to achieve them. Does that make sense? And a lot of it really depends on the system, the process, and also it's also going to be basically dependent on your skill. So hopefully that helps you guys slightly. Again, just have fun, guys. Go with it. Focus on helping people get a result on the challenge, and I'm sure everything else comes together. Okay, cheers.